we're doing a really fun episode today. So we're going to be talking about the best advice you guys will ever be given ever. Two idiots talking about advice.
Two idiots talking about our biggest tip. I don't know what the right thing to do is these days.
You can do anything for 15 seconds. And once you get through that, you can do more. Being stressed about being healthy isn't healthy.
So flowers are beautiful. Sunsets are beautiful.
Notes are beautiful.
Dogs are beautiful.
Chanel ballet flats are beautiful. Like, I just got the chill.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Gals on the Go podcast. It's Brooke.
And Danielle, and we're both wearing the same pair of shoes.
We are. We're twinning, but we were wearing totally different looks is the thing.
Totally different looks. Brooke is giving like, I don't even know, actually.
What am I giving? I feel like this.
What you're giving, just like classic.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's like too early to wear like just a heel. Like I feel like it's still boots weather. So that's
yes.
what, like I feel like this dress would be better served with a little heel, but like, I was on the go today.
No, it's so cute. It's so perfect. I love it. And I'm giving
rowing blazers,
equestrian energy. Not that, actually no, because like an equestrian wouldn't wear this dress, which you guys should watch us on YouTube because.
Yeah, totally. Then you could see these gorgeous looks.
Yeah, but we're doing a really fun episode today that actually a listener suggested. So we're always looking out for listener suggestions, by the way. If you're like, I want you guys to do an episode themed on this, like we're so down. So we're going to be talking about the best advice you guys will ever be given ever.
Totally. Just your best piece of advice. We asked you guys to submit fashion, life, fitness, relationships, trials and tribulations, just the best pieces of advice you've ever received. And we're going to share all of those nuggets of wisdom with you. And they're really original. They're not just like motivational quotes. I feel like they're unique. No. I learned something from reading these.
Seriously,
yeah.
I'm really excited to like delve deep into them and just have this episode be something you guys can come back to and like get some further inspo on. So we're really excited about it.
Yeah, I know. Look at us learning with the gals.
I know. Like two idiots talking about advice.
Two idiots talking about our biggest tips.
Exactly.
Totally.
But how are you doing? Good?
You could hear my voice. I have gotten some sort of cold that has been going around with people in my life.
Yeah.
But it's like really right up here. So hopefully it goes away. I'm drinking my medicine ball tea. This is we're detoxing,
Medicine ball tea is the best.
Yes. I feel like I've been trying to like sweat it out and like, just
working
get
out,
a lot of good
works out.
I know, I work out. And I'm trying to sleep a lot of sleep. I feel like that's
so
big
important.
when you're sick, right?
Oh, totally. I feel like that's half of it. Just like sleeping in a little extra if you can.
Oh, I give it to I'm like, my body's tired.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Snooze. Yeah. So I had a really chill weekend, just being a little sick. So taking it easy and watching Love is Blind. How about you?
Nice. Pretty similar vibes-ish. Well, no, I'm like on my way out of finally not being sick. But it was a fun weekend. I headed out on the town. It was my best friend's birthday, Caitlin. Mm-hmm. We went to this place, Batsu, that I was sending you snaps, or I don't know if you saw my story. Oh my God, this place was crazy. It is so fun. It's a Japanese-style comedy game show.
Sign me up. That is just everything I love in one phrase. Yeah. Did you win? Like, was it like a winner?
So I was confused. We do not compete. Well, some people they bring up to compete with them, but it was like 4 comedians that are competing to do different things. And if they lose, they get batsu, which is like kind of like what the loser gets. It's like you have to do something. Like someone drank soy sauce out of a belly button. Yeah.
Oh,
it was like that vibe. Or you like get a human rubber band to you, but it's because like we're not doing it. It's like people that signed up to do this and they're being paid to be there, but. It is like the craziest, most fun show. It's in the East Village. I really highly suggest.
And you eat dinner there too, or that's just the show?
They had dinner, but our reservation was until 10. And so my friend Caitlin was like, I'm just going to have pizza at my apartment beforehand. And then we'll go and like, you could get like shishito peppers and like other starters.
Yeah.
But they only have sake or Sapporo, which I actually love. It's like a Japanese beer.
Oh,
so good.
Okay.
So, but it was really fun. And we did that. And then Sunday was Ryan and I's anniversary.
Yes. Happy anniversary. Was that the actual day of the anniversary?
Yes, March 2nd, which is also my mom's birthday. I'm like, Ryan, what are you thinking?
Wait, I totally missed your mom's birthday.
I know. I'm really trying to stay true to I only post for people's birthdays if I'm with them.
You can make an exception for your mom. I didn't know. Oh my gosh, I don't have your mom's birthday in my calendar.
I'm the worst. I'm so sorry, Mom. I love you.
Now I have to send her a belated birthday text. Oh my God, I'm a fucking loser. Like she's going to be like, you're a fraud.
No,
like
she
you don't even know.
definitely didn't think that at all. Because she was like, people are calling me that. I don't even know how they knew it was my birthday because I didn't post. Probably Facebook.
I don't check Facebook, so I feel like sometimes I miss my friends' birthdays. I'm like, I'm literally so sorry,
No,
but like
I know.
I don't.
I should have told you. I'm sorry.
No, you're so fine. I knew that it was coming up. I should have known.
No, it's a really big issue. It being my anniversary and my mom's birthday. But like the good thing is one day I'll have an anniversary, a wedding anniversary.
Yeah, and that becomes a new date.
And that's a new date. So
yeah,
it's like no worries. It's also I think like Dr. Seuss's birthday. Fun fact.
Oh, it's a lot. Gotta celebrate Dr. Seuss's.
Do you ever like know like random people's birthdays?
Yes, but usually it's like because it's on my birthday.
Okay.
Or like someone. Well, yeah, your mom's like maybe that plays into it.
No,
Yes.
like I know that March 1st was Justin Bieber's birthday. I mean,
well,
I guess
that makes sense. Then you know that.
This boy I went to literally elementary school with, Colin, his birthday is September 17th. Like
happy birthday, Colin.
Happy birthday, Colin. Like, you know, these like random things you think about.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was a really nice weekend. Watched the Oscars. I'm sure you did too. Good time.
How was the anniversary? It was
good. It was kind of chaotic because the weekend was like all mumble jumbled, but we went to brunch at Restoration Hardware Rooftop, which was, we both love it so much. And they gave us the perfect table. It was the best vibes.
Oh, that's a good spot. I always forget about that spot.
Oh, yeah. And we got pedicures.
Oh my gosh. Whose idea was that?
Mine.
You were like, hey, we should get a pedicure. Was he apprehensive? Was he in?
Oh my God. He's never gotten a pedicure ever.
Yeah.
And I've tried to get him literally for 6 years to get a pedicure. He refuses. And I was like, let me try on our anniversary.
Yeah. You can't say no that day. Yeah.
He can't say no. And he had the best time. It's so funny though. Like guys, like beauty really is pain. I don't think they realize.
Oh, when they are ripping the skin off the bottom of your foot and the paraffin and everything.
Grater.
Yeah.
But what was hilarious, I'm so sorry, Ryan, what he was really in pain and grabbed my hand during and squeezed it was when they were clipping his toenails. And he clips his own toenails, so I was confused.
Maybe it's just the thought of like,
Yeah,
it's
like,
like they bring out like the clipper and he's like, oh, now they're going to take my toes off.
I know. I don't know what it was. It was so funny, but he loved it. He left being like, wow, like I feel like I have new feet. I'm like, yeah, you literally do.
Did you want him to do it to experience the feeling of like a pedicure, or because like when you look at his feet, you're like, hey, you need a pedicure?
Is the experience. His feet were like fine.
Yeah.
His feet probably look like mine. I mean, they're, they're like a little flaky,
Yeah, no, same. I feel that actually. I've never gone for a pedicure.
You should take him. It was
I
a
kind
very
of want
sweet
to.
experience.
Yeah, I mean, couples pedicure. Like we've done couples massage.
Yeah.
Maybe couples pedicures.
A couple's pedi. It's a really like sweet experience. And he was like, when they were like, they use that tool to shave off your gel. He was like, what are they doing to your toes? Like,
oh, so he got to get insight into like the entire experience. Yeah.
When I go get my nails done, it was very sweet. So really nice weekend.
Oh, I love that. I mean, he probably loved the foot massage. That's such a treat. Like the cat. Oh, and he works out. So
oh my God,
he was like, this is great. Keep going with the hot stones. Dude. They bring out the hot stones.
Oh, obviously, it's the best. When you get a foot massage, like at the nail salon, do you like stay on your phone or do you lay back and close your eyes?
If it's like really that good, like it, sometimes sometimes it's like a light rub, like
And you're like, all right.
But some like I pay extra for like the like I'm like I'm getting 10 minutes extra today, like hit me, like
hit me. And I love when they start the timer too. They're like, just so you know, starting now, like they want you to know.
Literally see. I'm like, no worries. I know you're not trying to get me a few minutes off or something.
I know. And then it literally beeps so loud to alert you.
So loud. You're like, I get it.
Yeah. My time is done. And then they're like, do you want to add 5 more minutes? And sometimes they get me. I'm like
100% when I'm like really deeply enjoying it. I'm like, oh. Yeah,
obviously.
Let's do it.
Let's
indulge.
Or if they're like, would you like to move over to the neck massage area? And you're like, fuck. Does your nail salon? I go to different ones, but a lot of them have it. We went to I've never been to this place before. It was in the West Village.
You just walked in.
Yeah.
That's such a treat, like just walking into a nail salon. It's so like suburbs, like to walk in and they'll be like, okay, 5 minutes, just take a seat.
Yes. Pick your color. Like, it's so fun. But anyways, I want to hear about your panic of the week.
My panic of the week. I did do something this weekend. I went to Jersey, actually.
Actually, I saw this on Find My Friends because I was trying to check my friend and I was like, I thought you were headed to Long Island or something.
That's out of the way. That's
okay, I literally know nothing. It did say Jersey City, I guess, or something.
Yeah, I went to Hoboken. I realized that I took just no photos. Like and I'm normally not that person, but we kind of arrived like late. Like, so, apps were already being eaten. Like, it wasn't a vibe.
For a meal, yes.
Yes. Like, and then I was like, okay, it's not really like a vibe,
Yeah, it's like I'm not going to do a half-eaten photo of my food.
Yeah. I was like, and I was just like living in the moment, whatever. To get there, I decided, I've been driving a lot more recently. I have my car. So I'm like, hey, let me drive. Like, that's been like my unlock. I'm like, I have this car. I'm paying for the car payment. I'm paying for the insurance. I'm paying for the parking in my building. might as well use it because those have to be
Definitely.
paid no matter what. So,
Yeah.
okay.
That's so true.
And I'm like, you guys know I make no sense with like my spending. I'm like, got to cut back in some areas, but like these, whatever. But I actually am like, I need to, be driving more. I was like, I'm saving money. This is great. I offered to pick up my other friend who lives in Brooklyn. So we drove together. I realized it costs $30 to go into Jersey when you take the Lincoln Tunnel.
Is this the congestion tax? Or is
No,
something
this
else?
is always. And I just forgot about it. I think if you
What?
I think if it's an Uber, it's a different rate. I do believe because it is quite literally $29 to go in and out.
And is that charged to your license plate or something? You just
Yeah,
one of those
I have an Easy
passes?
Pass. I have an Easy Pass, but I had drama with the Easy Pass. Did I ever tell you that when I got sent to collections for my Easy Pass?
Maybe. Actually, I think I do remember you telling me.
I like
this.
forgot to. Don't do this, guys. It's just so easy to fall behind on bills when you're an adult. Oh my
course.
gosh!
There's
And my
too
bills
many.
get sent to my parents' house.
Yep.
And they bring me the stack, and I'm like, I get overwhelmed at the stack of bills, and I'm
put 'em
like, oh my
away.
god, whatever. Like I don't want to do it. And one time I was like, what the heck is going on? Like my Easy Pass won't let me reload it. And then they were like, I called them, finally got a hold of them, and they were like, we can't even handle this claim because you've been sent to collections. You have to call collections. So they sent it to an outside agency. They closed my account. It was like affecting my credit score. I had no fucking clue. Like,
Oh my
I was
God,
like,
this is
all over
terrible.
like $50. This was last summer's panic.
Last summer's panic.
I
of the
cleared
week.
it out. They made me, like that made no sense. They're like, we have to completely clear out this Easy Pass. You have to send it back and we'll send you a
makes
new
no
one. I was like, all for just restart this one.
Yeah, restart it, reload it. Like
It's just a number. Like
can you do like auto pay on it? So it.
I finally set up the auto pay,
Good,
so I don't have to have that
good.
from.
But that's a hurdle in its own. So
no,
I get it.
no. So, anyways, my panic was just realizing how much the fucking tolls are. I mean, then I actually have to figure out if I had to pay that because I'm pretty sure that if you're not. Oh no, I went on the local street, so then I had to pay the $8 fee to get into the city plus the $29. No, I paid way more. I thought I was cheating the system here. I was like,
Yeah,
guys,
drive.
I literally have my own car. Like, I think I paid $100 to go to Hoboken for brunch without even the fucking brunch.
I am hooked by this.
That's
I didn't know
fucked
this.
up. Like,
I am so So if you Ubered, like you wouldn't have gotten charged. That would have been like.
I want to say that there's a different
I don't think
fee
you
for
would have been
Ubers.
charged an extra $30. No.
No, because I've Ubered to Hoboken before for like
Yeah.
$35. So like I
Yeah.
feel like that doesn't even
You're like,
make
come
sense.
on, world. I was trying to really.
I
do
tried,
something.
and I was carpooling with a friend. I was like, we're saving, at least I'm driving someone else. Like,
Panic at the Disco, my girl.
I know that's real adult stuff. But at the same time, like, we had fun in the car.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah,
we
it's
played our
fun
own
chatting.
music and whatever. But I don't know what the right thing to do is these days.
I don't know what the right thing to do
Yeah.
either is.
Yeah. And the parking was $4. I parked on the street. I was like, oh, this is such a deal.
Expensive trip
It was all in. All in. I mean,
with the food.
the
too?
driving was way more than the brunch, which is fucked up. That doesn't even make sense.
Crazy. Wow, I would be panicking too. I'd
Yeah.
be like, "Excuse me,
Yeah.
is this real?"
I know. So money isn't real. Okay.
My panic of the week was just like a classic, like it'd be part of a movie situation.
Okay.
I had some people over to watch the Oscars. It was a
Yes.
very last minute thing.
And you wear dresses.
Yes.
We have to unpack the dress lore too.
Yes. That's actually what this is about.
Oh.
So every year, my best friend Delaney's mom and dad, they host this Oscars party every year in Georgia. Like literally cater waiters, dressed to the nines. Her mom does outfit changes. Like it's so fun. So in college we would go. Just like a little backstory. So every year since Delaney's moved to New York, we watch the Oscars together and we wear dresses. Or on the years we couldn't go during college, we would wear dresses. Like it was always a thing, and not necessarily put on makeup, but we wear dresses. So Delaney told me, okay, everyone come over. We're going to wear dresses. And I was like, oh, gosh, okay, I'll do it because this is like so important to her. It's what we've always done. It's a cute tradition. And then last minute, we decided to pivot to my apartment because it was just a little bigger and some more people added on. And so I put on my dress. I'm getting ready to host everyone. And one of my friends was bringing someone they're like talking to right now. So I was like kind of nervous, someone new.
Of course. Yeah, you want to be on your best behavior.
On my best-
yes, of
on my A
course.
game,
Oh,
you know,
that's so
to-
nice that you take on the stress for them. Like,
I'm like,
you're
let
like,
me, yeah, I know. I'm like, new person, whatever.
yeah.
The door opens. I open the door. I'm literally in my dress, ready. I actually had makeup on. Everyone's in their sweatpants.
How did that miscommunication happen?
I was livid, and I felt so bad because the person was there too. And I was like, my first words were like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
I
how-
literally am donning a dress. I mean, it wasn't a gown. It was like a midi dress, whatever.
Yes, but like you seemed out of place in your own home then because
Yes.
you were like, wait.
I just seemed like the weird girl who's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
dressed up, and everyone literally, they're holding ramen. Like, they're literally couldn't be more casual.
Oh, they were like prepared for a night in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, you know, you missed out on the group chat kind of vibes. It was
Did
like,
you? How did that miscommunication?
No, I'm
get-
very involved. You know me. I'm very.
I know. So how did that happen?
It was just assumed that since we switched to my apartment that we weren't
The
getting
rules
dressed.
no longer applied. Yeah.
because you know they were like, well, you know, since we're not having it at our place, we'd have to like, you know, we'd have to come here and like maybe change once we wanted to be comfortable. I was like, I wasn't gonna do that if I came to you. It was funny. Delaney felt so bad. Meanwhile, Ryan and his roommate are on his way over, about to head over, and they're like getting dressed up. Because I was like, please, if you guys don't
Were
mind.
they gonna wear like a suit?
No, I said
Okay.
don't wear a suit, but maybe you could just wear like a blazer over your t-shirt, like just for fun, for the
Yeah,
vibes.
yeah.
And Ryan's like, yeah, of course. So I'm like, don't dress up, like.
Please do not.
Yeah, it was just a case of the good old like miscommunicate. There was
Yeah.
no communicating though. Delaney's like, I just kind of figured. I was like,
Wow, you
gotta
read each
text
other's
me.
minds.
Yeah, no, we didn't though. It was funny. It was really funny.
That is
so I
really
immediately
funny.
changed immediately.
Was the new member in sweatpants? Was he dressed casually?
He actually was dressed? Yeah, like I mean, he was casual.
No,
so-
no blazer. Was
No
seen.
blazer.
No.
It was seen. No,
Yeah.
and he was great. I just hate that was my first impression when he walked in because I was.
Because you're more chill than that. You're just not like that.
Yeah, it was just giving like,
yeah.
oh my god, guys, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
So, anyways, so what are you loving?
You
this
kept
week?
it so chill.
I was so chill.
So chill. These protein bars. I love Built bars. Have you ever heard of this brand? You've probably had them before.
No, oh, like BUIL, like the way.
Yes, just like
I think
the
you built rewards. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're Built Reward
Yeah.
credit card bars.
They did
gold
do it.
bars.
Yeah. Built bars. I don't know. Probably, maybe.
Yeah, they're good, but they're called Built Puffs, and they're like almost like a marshmallow consistency.
Is this what the Feelong twins are posting and Kat? Is it like this thing popular right now?
I don't know. I have to look.
They look so
What
good,
have they been
and they have
posting?
flavors like
Yeah.
cinnamon roll and stuff like that.
Oh, mine is salted caramel is the one that I have. They're delicious though, and they just are like almost like a candy texture, but they're protein bars. I don't
Built
even
Pop?
Built Puffs PUFF.
Oh.
I don't. It's not new. Like
Oh
this
no,
has
but
existed.
these are protein bars.
Yes,
Oh my god, they look.
I think you would like the texture of it because it's kind of like a marshmallow, like chewy texture.
Yes.
Yes.
They look good.
Yeah, they're really good. And I have been like grabbing a protein bar. You know me. I'm
Yeah,
just bulky. No.
Yeah. Bulky season,
No.
proteined up.
I'm just trying not to be like ravenously starving because I realize that that's when I like overeat and like I'm sitting
Oh,
there
same,
like,
yeah.
oh, the pain. Like versus
Yeah.
if I
Just
you know,
sustain the-
have a little snack here and there.
I know.
I'll
it's
be
really-
okay.
Yeah, I feel like you don't like you snack throughout. Well, I don't even know what I was gonna say.
I don't eat real meals enough.
You don't eat real meals, yeah.
Yes, like I'll be like, oh, I could hold myself over, but then I like kind of screw myself in the end.
Right, and then you're like
Yes.
so hungry, and you're like, going
Because I'm not hungry for breakfast is the problem.
Right,
So then
so
I
it,
kind of
like,
set my
sets
day.
off.
Yeah. But I've been trying to do like the protein shakes. I know you're big on the protein shakes.
so good. The core power,
They are really good. Do you have a favorite flavor?
chocolate. Have you tried the others?
So I tried the chocolate, the vanilla, and then I tried like the like super protein one.
Oh yeah, the black one. It's a little
Not
more
my
protein
fave.
tasty.
Not my fave. No, but I think the vanilla is for me.
It is good. They usually have that at the airport, so I'll get that.
Oh,
Sometimes.
it's a treat.
It's also a good hack if you don't like. Some people don't like to eat on planes.
I
You
get
maybe?
it.
So it's a
'cause
good-
I don't really love to bring my tray table down if I don't
It's
have
also
to.
vulnerable. Like eating on a plane, the person next to you is just looking at your meal.
I know. It's like, it looks good. Can I have
Yeah.
a fry?
Or when it like you know how I am when it's like smells. Or,
Yes, of course.
So the core power is a good shake. Okay, well built puff. I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah, try them out. Amazon.
Love
I'm like
it.
literally my Amazon orders recently are crazy. Like it's-
Amazon's a fun time.
Totally.
When you get on it, like
when you're like, I could get anything on this thing.
no,
Yeah.
seriously. I'm
No.
like I could order a foundation and then I can order my favorite hot sauce. Like it's incredible.
It's great. Pickles,
Pickles.
olives. I ordered
Olives.
like little packs of olives recently.
Oh, cute! Like
Yeah.
snacking olives.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun.
They're from this brand Freestyle. It was like a pack of like 30, but they have different flavors. Like, you know, some of them are like hot.
I've
hot
heard
and
of
spicy.
this. She does TikToks, like introducing
Yes!
it. She bought her the flight. Her.
Yes, the entire row.
I need to start liking olives just to support this girl. I thought it was so cute.
I know. She works so hard.
She works
yeah,
so hard.
I
Oh,
know.
cool! Shout out Freed Olives.
Freestyle.
Oh, freestyle.
Free. They're free.
olives.
They're free.
They're free. You literally don't have to pay.
Free olives. Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We love Squarespace. Have you guys ever been on galsinthegopodcast.com? Well, if you haven't, you should go check it out. That was created on Squarespace. We absolutely love it. They have so many amazing services, like all in one place. So they have consultations to events and experiences. Like, there are so many different ways you can attract clients and grow your business. It's so helpful. Like, I can't even begin. There's SEO tools. There's, a way for them to help you get your own domains. So there's Squarespace domains that makes it really easy to find the best name for your business at one fair, all-inclusive price. You can set up a built-in donation tool. You can put videos on there. There's seriously so many ways to kind of up your business or whatever it is that you're needing to create a website for or wanting. Like, we just love having it as a landing page for people who are looking us up to go and be like, okay, this is where I can find everything. This is a way to write a message, just everything like that. So go to squarespace.com/gals for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GALS to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I'm loving something that I think we were talking about on the podcast recently, Paige Lorenz's beauty routine, or maybe we were talking off cam.
No, we were definitely talking on cam.
Oh, because the BK beauty brushes, I noticed she also had them. So I eventually did get the Dior foundation stick.
Is that what you have on today?
Yes, I like it. I don't know how it looks on camera.
I think it looks great.
Know. I'm really happy with it, mainly for the application purposes.
So do you literally put it right on the face?
I don't know if that's sanitary. I go full Monty.
Full Monty, right? Raw on face.
Raw.
Skin prep and then this raw.
Yes, skin prep and then this raw on my face. It blends so perfectly. And what I love the most about it is I feel like self-tan on your neck goes the first for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And the chest. But my chest was looking tan, but not my neck, but my face was tan. So I just bring it down the neck and it blends so much better than a liquid foundation. I just really need you to buy it just to experience it. I think the world of this foundation.
It's a good coverage.
Good. I think so. I think it's great coverage. It feels like my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation is my favorite at the moment. And this feels maybe the slightest bit less, but I wore it to go out. I think it photographs nice. I am so happy with it, and just the application is so easy. You would use a brush with this though. I feel like the beauty blender might not blend it right.
Stuck. Yeah.
So loving it, and it's so beautiful.
That.
I know.
I'll have to give it a go.
Yeah,
I like that. My problem with sticks and stuff in the past is just that the coverage wasn't there. I was I feel like this is nothing
I'm
is
curious
actually
your
getting in my
opinion.
face. But it looks like if this is
so. Oh my god.
Yeah. Your skin looks great.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. I really would recommend it to a friend, as someone would say.
That's great. That's great. So, I'm slurping my medicine ball over here. I'm
been through my
more
fingers.
healed by the second.
Well, I'll pull up some of these advice things unless you have anything else to say.
No, we're gonna share what you guys have to say in terms of advice. We were
so excited about this.
Yeah. So follow at Gals and Go Podcast on Instagram to be a part of the next one. We also share lots of random behind the scenes and fun facts and tidbits and things like that over there.
Definitely.
It's a worthwhile follow, I will say.
Yeah. Along with our newsletter. Sometimes I'm some of the content we put in our newsletter, our Substack, I'm I wish we were posting this. And I'm no, this is for our exclusive little followers.
Totally.
It's free.
Completely free. You just have to go a little out of your way to it takes
email.
20 seconds to sign up for it, less than a minute. And Substack is the move these days. I feel like every cool person has a fucking Substack.
No,
do you feel like that?
I feel like that. I definitely feel that way. I love telling people, we have Substack.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, what are your thoughts on Substack?
Yeah.
And you're I can debate this stuff.
Not the optimizer. Substack. Okay, I love this one. You can do anything for 15 seconds. And once you get through that, you can do more.
It's kind of like Mel Robbins, whatever second.
5 second theory.
Right?
5 second rule, whatever.
I know that's for getting up, right? That's Mel Robbins' idea that when your alarm goes off, just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and do it. But she kind of says that for everything. If you're going on stage, go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're going to do anything that she said it, I feel for asking someone out, go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it.
It seriously
kind of the
is
same
like
thing.
that. Or even I was talking to someone today about cold plunge. Cold plunging.
Yeah.
I literally have a cold plunge in my apartment building, and it's so amazing for you.
Is it just a big tub?
It looks like a hot tub, the one here, but I feel like a lot of people get the ones that just.
I've seen the ones that are literally just like the one at the Aloe Gym. It looks like it's just big like chamber almost,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a thing of cold water.
And it's just like 30 something degrees.
Yeah, and it just takes those, 15 seconds, as this person says, to just count yourself in, get in there. I mean, this could be the 15 seconds that you're in there. I mean, you're supposed to be in there a little bit longer, but like, just slowly.
But then it's like another 15 and another 15. And
you're like, all right, I can do another 15.
That's so true.
So you never really know.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fitness ones over here. Or this one. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing will ever grow there. I mean, that's so
true. That's really true. Like, it's so easy. I mean, I feel like you and I talked about this. Like, we're so grateful that we've been doing social media for literally 15 years at this point, had our podcast for 6 years, and it's like it's just so comfortable. But then we're like, wait, we need to challenge ourselves a little bit and do,
different mediums,
different platforms, different content. Like, it's easy. And that's just like an example for us. I love this. Take a mini vacation every day, aka do one thing a day that is just meant to make you happy.
I love that.
I mean, we love a treat yourself moment.
I mean,
the gals.
Totally. We treat ourselves a lot, but I feel like this especially applies. I've been on like, for some reason, like Mom Talk on TikTok, and like I feel like a lot of like the stay-at-home moms, like they're pouring not even just stay-at-home moms, just moms in general, they pour their whole ass self into these kids and their partner, or if they don't have whatever it is, like it just feels like they're constantly doing shit for other people, and you deserve to like take that 15 minutes or whatever it is and put on a face mask, or take time to do your hair or your makeup because it makes you feel good. Like that is it.
That is it. I saw, you might have seen this too. I saw this on TikTok. This guy was saying he saw another girl talking about how every day she says that today's going to be the best day. Did you see this?
Yes.
Every day is going to be the best day ever. And you just have to figure out, like, so throughout the rest of the day, you're trying to figure out why it's going to be the best day. So you're just like constantly looking for good things, which I haven't tried it, but I think that's cool too.
It's kind of like seeking the positive instead of the negative, which is definitely, I mean, I think we both believe that. Like,
100%.
When you start the day negative, shit's only going to get worse,
Yeah. My day today started negative, and then it got a little more negative, but you just have to, I was like, I'm not letting this happen.
There were certain factors outside of your control in this case, I will say. Sometimes it's just internal spirals and you're just like, like you can get yourself out of it. But like, unfortunately, sometimes you're presented with.
Yeah. But then I was like, let me find some silver linings because I can't do anything about it in this moment, I really like this one. And I this, okay. This is everyone's first time at life. Be kind. Like, what makes me cry is when it's like, this is your mom's first time like living life too. Like, she's just a girl, and I literally sobbed. I saw one this morning. I was like, you're so right. Like,
oh, and you're so happy, but I feel like with the parents stuff like that.
Oh my God. I know. Like, and our parent, like your friends too. Like, I mean, it's fun to be like, gossip and like be mad sometimes, but like, this is everyone's literally first time doing all this, so cut him some slack sometimes. Yeah. But also when it comes to dating, I mean, don't be like, it's his first time living. Like, he didn't open the door for me. It's his first time. Like, okay, no.
It's more so like when you're like, I get it too. Like, my mom is my best friend, and I still like want to bitch at her sometimes. Like, and I'm like, I sometimes catch myself. I'm like, it is her first time,
right?
Yeah. Like, I do catch myself, or my brother. I mean, I definitely I'm like, look, we're all learning.
Yes, at the end of the day, we're all learning and we're all figuring it out. And just like a reminder to have compassion in general, I think is really sweet.
Yeah, that's nice. Sometimes it takes an outside perspective. I feel like this happened recently, like where I think like Ben was dealing with something and I was able to like kind of literally eavesdrop on the conversation, be like, hey, like that happens to me too sometimes. Like, and and like provide almost like a sounding board to like, and because I want that for myself as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if I'm like dealing with something and bitching and moaning, and like, I would like for him to be like, hey, let me offer you another perspective.
Yeah. That's really nice.
I know.
Like,
good partner.
When you can like hop in and give some advice, like do give advice. Oh, this one I saw yesterday. Being stressed about being healthy isn't healthy.
Cannot say that enough. I feel like we are taking health to such an extreme level these days. Like, the shit that I see that it's like microplastic, that's gonna kill you, like whatever. I'm like, that the stress of being like, I can't have these things because of the container it's in, or that can't be good for you to be constantly like letting your brain run and run and run and run. It's gonna be okay. Take a breath. Like,
yeah, seriously, like focus on as much as you can. Like, if you are passionate about microplastics, like Brooke and I, thanks to Brooke's Christmas gift, she gave me wooden cooking utensils, like those little things that you're willing to do. But one thing that Ryan's always on me about, and my brother too, is like you know, we both love like the prepackaged meals, like Factors of the world and stuff like that, and I will still do them. But then people are like, oh, but the microplastics. I'm like, but guess what? I'm eating a good meal and I feel good about it.
Period.
So I like hate that.
Yeah, I think that you do the best you can.
Yes, you
and
do the best
everybody
you
has
can.
their different priorities and their
Yes.
different things. That's the
I'm not
thing.
saying I'm
yeah.
right. I'm just saying that you need to have
No,
some
everybody has
balance.
different goals. I mean, I'll tell a personal anecdote. I wrote on my story today, literally a joke that I said like, "Oh, I'm gonna have I want to have an invisible waist by summer." Like
I thought
working
that was
out.
funny.
It's literally like a thing. And
Yes,
someone wrote,
everyone says that.
of course. And someone wrote back, of course. You know, they're like, we should not try to be smaller. We should, you know, take up the space you want to take up, like whatever.
Take up the space you want to take up. I'm so dead. Like, are they not chronically online like we are? Like,
No,
if
and
they
then I
go-
said it was a reference, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm literally a millennial. Like I didn't
oh,
know."
see,
And it made me feel better because
That's
I
good. I'm
was like,
glad you
"Oh my god, I
replied.
hope that people didn't read it like that."
No.
But at the same time, like I did write back that I was like, people have like different goals with fitness as well. People have
True.
different goals with everything. Like, sue me for wanting to work out and like get a
Feel good.
little muscle. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
get a
sue
little
me.
snatched waist. My God,
Yeah.
that's really funny. Of course, you responded too.
No, of course I had to because
got
I was
right
like,
in.
because a lot of people are like, ha ha ha, this is funny. I was like, thank God it landed, and then I was
Yeah.
like, wait, we're gonna shut this down immediately.
Yeah, we're not creating a narrative here.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
That is-
Just goes to show there's different. You know, you do the best you can.
yeah.
Oh, I mean, should we just? There's some practical tips here.
Yeah, read it all.
Yeah, it's like this. Dry shaving using setting powder has changed my life. I have so many questions on that.
Dry shaving using setting powder. So like loose setting powder?
Have you seen that thing where you spray your face and it's
Yes.
like, yeah, I have wondered about that. It's like a face shaving spray sort of deal.
You can like see your like peach fuzz
Yeah.
and you can shave it with
Yeah,
your.
yeah, yeah. Or giving up alcohol will level up every aspect of your life.
That's good.
You know, if you've been considering quitting, maybe that's your sign.
Yeah. What's meant for you will find you. There are no wrong turns. That's really cool. Like, obviously, we've always heard what's meant for you will find you, but I've never heard the no wrong turns part. Like, you think, oh, like, if I hadn't done that, then this wouldn't have happened. But, like, that was the right turn at that moment.
Yeah.
You had to put on your turning signal and go that way.
Yeah. And what's that phrase? It's two right turns makes a left. Is that, am I making that up?
There is a saying like that. I don't know exactly.
It kind of is like, it's like, okay, sometimes like your turns, like it might take you a longer direction or like you might end up, but you end up in the right place. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Oh, yeah, because I guess if you go right, then you're eventually, like, headed left.
I
right?
think it is. I could be
Two
right.
idiots talking about
Yeah,
right
I'm like,
turns.
Two right turns makes. I think so because if we
No, I
think
think
about
you're
it, if we
right.
turn right,
Yeah.
versus I think
100%.
yeah.
Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't go to for advice. True. Including, you know, people that might be trolling us on the internet.
I know. I take that too far. That's the thing. Is like I'm not. Sometimes I feel like I shut out the opinions too much. And
Yeah.
I need to open them up a little bit more. But then I'm like, I want to make sure that you're someone that I would
Value.
seek for advice in like life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like versus just reading a comment with a no-name profile.
Yeah, it's like, well, what do you know?
Exactly.
Bridget? Like, whoever your name is.
But if you're like, you know, a business like Sarah Blakely from Spanx, someone that I greatly admire and look up to, like, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Like, yeah.
No, it's so true. I feel like when you go to certain people, like you should go to certain people for opinions that you want, like for advice based off of their professions, you know, just work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Right?
Expertise. So true. I mean, we know this one. Comparison is the thief of all joy. Such a good one, especially for girls online. When I tell you, it is so true. I especially feel this around big life moments, you know, people's big celebrations and things, which, you know, you should be so, and I am so happy for them. I truly like, I can separate like my feelings of like jealousy and like, truly be happy for them, but I can compare myself at the same time as being happy for them. You know what I mean? If I see, oh my gosh, this person had a huge birthday party and oh my gosh, look at all their friends, or oh, they, you know, their relationship. Oh my gosh, I followed this girl recently and like her boyfriend just gets her like a Chanel bag every week for no reason. And I'm sitting here watching it like, oh my God, is that the baseline standard? And like, no, that's not the fucking baseline standard. Like, let's be so for real.
No,
Like, that's
and then
just,
we find out from we've had people in our life be like, oh yeah, they got me this Chanel bag, and then they literally break up a month later.
Yeah, and he actually cheats on me every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're like okay with it, or not that.
Not that it has to be that way. I know, of course not. You don't know what's going on.
100%, you do not know what's going on, and like it's so easy to compare, and then you're just sad. Whereas you kind of have to use that comparison to fuel you to be the better you, and like put love into whatever you're doing.
For sure. No, I was literally about to like make a TikTok about that the other day, being like, because I just felt like I saw so much about really extravagant gifts and like craziness,
Yeah.
and I was gonna literally like be like that's love, but this is also love, and like show like my like, cute little notes that my boyfriend leaves me like before he leaves like for work, or the flowers that he's randomly got me, but like nothing extravagant, nothing huge, no jaw-dropping reveal, but like love can appear in multiple different ways, and like you
Definitely.
don't have to.
I mean, we were just talking about it. I mean, I didn't even share what Ryan got me for Valentine's Day, but it was like something so practical. Like I can't even explain. I'm not going to explain it to you, but it's something he made for me. Like he literally made it with his own two hands.
That makes me want to cry. That's enough.
And it's like, and it's something like we're so grateful that we can go buy anything, and he like made something that makes my life so much easier, and it was so sweet. But then like at first you're like, oh my gosh, like well this person got
a pair of Chanel flats.
A pair of Chanel flats.
Get a pair of Chanel flats or something.
Yeah.
Like literally,
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. And it's just like, but that's not your relationship, and that's not
totally. And not to say that it's not
leave
great.
you cute little notes.
That's what I'm saying. Like love can take very many different forms.
Yeah.
Like it's not that one's right or one's wrong at all. Yeah.
Definitely not. Little tangent.
Yeah.
but
Just going off.
very
That's okay.
needed.
Go to therapy before you feel like you quote need it. Could not agree more.
Yes. Oh my God. Like you think, and I think so many people think they can only go to therapy when they like hit rock bottom or something. That's
Because it's
so
such a
not
thing.
the
Like
case.
you say you're in therapy, they're like, what for?
It's like, wait, what?
I'm like, no,
Maintenance.
I'm good. I'm
Maintenance.
good. Yeah. I'm like, I'm good. My family's good.
Good.
Everything's
Just someone
good.
to like gossip with once a week. Like it's incredible.
Totally.
Like someone's so not in your life, and if you start to feel like feelings like I was out of therapy for so long because my therapist retired. So sad. And I was like, I need to hop back on the train because I'm starting to have all just these thoughts and like overwhelming. And then you can talk to someone about it. Nothing crazy.
And not
but
feel
just, like,
guilt because it's quite literally their job to
yes,
listen.
I do not ask her about her life.
Me neither.
I like,
yeah.
you first think like, oh, I should like, you'd say, how are you?
Of course. Oh, how's your weekend? Oh, good. Anyways, so.
But we're paying top dollar for like, to talk to them, and they need to give us advice. And it's not like and if they start to talk about themselves, then that's maybe not the therapist for you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think it's really, I mean, and Brooke and I are both like always like, how are you? How are you? But with therapy, it's amazing. You literally don't have to do that.
45 minutes to be like, let me tell you about me.
Yup. Oh, kind of going back to comparison, we got a few like longer ones that I screenshotted. And someone said, when I was making my vision board for 2025, I found a quote that says, stop comparing yourself to others. Flowers are beautiful, but so are sunsets, and they look nothing alike.
Oh, I love that.
Like, I just got the chills.
So flowers are beautiful. Sunsets are beautiful.
Notes are beautiful.
Dogs are beautiful.
Chanel ballet flats are beautiful, but
yeah,
like
it's all beautiful, but it does. Yes, one doesn't necessarily outweigh the other because how could you measure them against each other?
Like flowers and sunsets could not be more different.
Totally.
Isn't that so cool?
That is great.
So thank you to this person for sending that in.
Yep.
I have another too.
Oh, firm believer in picking and choosing your battles. Not all is worth your time or energy.
Yeah, I've learned this recently.
Yeah. And no, it's like a fine line because it's like you want to speak up for yourself, like whatever. But there definitely are times when I'm like, I weigh the pros and the cons like, in my brain before I speak. I feel like it's more so just like internally processing things before you bring it to the forefront.
No, of course. Or just like literally anything. Like if you're texting with someone or you're on the phone or you're in person, it's like I could be so rash right now and like say this or like let me think about it because often like I just speak and then I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm literally wrong. Like or whatever.
You're allowed to change your opinion.
Yeah,
I change my opinion literally every second.
And I respect people that do that. I think it's really great. Like to be able to say like, you know what, I said this, but I should change my mind. And I was wrong. And I think other people appreciate that too.
Totally. I mean, we're not the same person we were like in the last episode, let alone like 6 years ago. I mean, we used to have such, I feel like, firm opinions on things that we are not firm opinion holders of anymore. Yeah.
Not at all.
Not at all.
This one's about aging. People need to stop with the whole getting old sucks thing. Aging is amazing, and it's proof our bodies and us as humans are able to go through change. I turned 30 last year, and I'm living life as it's my best life because that's how it always should be. No matter what, where, age, phase in life, etc. This goes with the whole timeline crap society puts on us too. I could honestly yap for hours on this.
I love it. Also, I don't think the 30 is even aging. Like, I
I
feel like
like,
that's like the problem is that people are like,
we're thinking
aging. I'm like, oh my God. But,
and we do it too. It's like, oh yeah, I'm 26, I'm 27.
It's like so objectively not though. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
I do agree that they're wiser than we are.
Yeah. Or like Mel Robbins. How old was she when she literally like
turned her
became
life around?
successful and turned her life older, like 40s, 50s.
I think she turned her life around at like 40 and then she became successful at like 45. Like that's period.
It's crazy. Like, it's not like you have to do everything in your 20s. And it's a really good reminder that, like, life is, like, there's so many fun periods of life. Like, that's why I feel like we always say, like, I am so excited to have children, but I can wait. And that's going to be a really another really fun time. And when that comes, we'll lean into that. And that's so exciting. It's, like, the beauty of aging and, like, doing different things.
No, you're so right. I feel like people are always ask us what's next in our life and our relationship. And my biggest thing right now is just that I feel very, like, at peace. I feel very at peace, but also not, I don't have to make any big decisions right now. Like I feel, and I'm like, that's a privilege, like to feel like that. And I feel like as you get older to feel that privilege of, feeling more confident in yourself and just,
what they say. You feel more confident in yourself the older you get, which I think is really cool.
I know. It's like I hate the like aging is beautiful, but like aging is a privilege. I feel like
it's
that,
a privilege.
For sure.
The better word to say. I mean, it's also beautiful.
It is beautiful, but that just feels corny to me. It's a privilege, and that it is amazing that you're able to get wise and just experience more life. Like
like whenever you get down on yourself about aging, think about like some people lose their lives at our age, and it's the saddest thing. And I feel like it's a reminder to us, like, wow, I need to live my life as I want it, because you never know. Like, I literally hate talking about death. It's the saddest thing.
I know. I feel like you hate talking about death.
I hate talking about death, but like, doesn't everyone? Or no?
I don't like it, but it does
doesn't like trigger you.
The conversation. I'm not like, let's not talk about it. Like I'm like, okay, like it's inevitable. Like it is. I mean, it freaks me out to some extent, but at the same time, in the way that people do die younger, I'm like, let's talk about it then, because it's like, oh, like, not that we're going to die or like
no, but it's
the
important
concept of death. I feel like I'm coming to terms with it. That sounds like I want to die. I don't want to die. No,
I know exactly what you mean.
No, I'm less scared of it. I feel like when I used to watch movies and see people die, I'd be like, oh my God, died. Like, that's so scary.
Yeah.
But
it's a reminder.
Enjoying every day and like living life to the fullest is more so.
Yeah, but like keeping in mind that death is there, so you should enjoy it. I know what you mean. That's what you mean.
Literally, sometimes I'm like, oh, like I don't want to do this thing, or like whatever. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. I'm like, literally, we're all gonna die, and we're all on a floating rock. So like, I should just do it.
I know. That also freaks me out, talking about like the fact that we're on a
floating
planet. Like, and what's really crazy is the fact that the universe is like infinite. Like there's no wall. There's no like white room. You open up the door and it's like, oh, this is where. It's crazy to me. That's what like death and like the idea of the universe is like my freakiest thing to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Death and taxes.
Taxes too. Happy tax season, everybody.
Happy tax season.
Oh, your body will reject anything that isn't good for you, whether it be life, love, or fitness. I've heard this. Have you heard about like the people that date someone bad and they're like, I got this crazy rash?
Yes. And I actually believe it.
Yeah.
Or totally. Like even like, yeah, like someone was having sex with someone and like they like get like a crazy thing. It's like you're not meant to be with that person, like stuff like that.
Totally. Yeah. Or you have like literally like stomach issues you've never had before because you started like, a new job or something and you're like, oh, this is weird.
I totally believe it. It's like your body's reacting to it. And as soon as you get rid of the problem, it's like, oh, that just went away. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, most of the time, not always, but.
Of course. No, you have to believe it because it's like.
You have to.
It's, oh, I love this one. If it won't bother you in 5 years, if it won't bother you in 5 years, allow yourself 5 minutes to be upset, then move forward.
Wow. If it won't bother you in 5 years.
I'm trying to think of like a good example of what that would be, because it's like hard. I mean, for me, I could relate this back to like school and like when I would do poorly in school or like, something didn't go to plan and I would beat myself up about it. I feel like I'd be like, oh, I did bad on the test. Like whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even know what fucking test I took at this point. Like,
you were really hard on yourself.
Yeah. Or with
Like a random guy or like
Yeah.
dating or.
I mean, literally when I filmed like so stupid and so random, but when I filmed my empty apartment tour of the place that I bought, and like, remember I worked with a new videographer and it was like, it was a flop. I mean, the video fucking sucked. I'm going to say it. Like, it just wasn't what I wanted. I mean, but I didn't communicate really the best either. Like, I just thought that everybody kind of knows so I can blame myself for it too. But I feel like I beat myself up about that for multiple days. And now I'm like, oh, that happened. Like, it literally, like, it doesn't even faze me.
Still live in the apartment. And
everything's
it's still beautiful.
good.
Yes. But that is a really good example. No, there's definitely certain things where it's like, this literally will not affect you in 5 years. And it just feels like the end of the world.
Totally. Like, I'm not going to let it ruin a week of my life when it's like, no. It already happened. It's over. Like,
yeah, I feel like stuff that like, I love to ruminate on things. I feel like you do too. Like sometimes. And it's fun. Like sometimes you want to vent, you know, those TikToks where it's like you call your best friend to talk about the same shit for like sometimes.
Totally. Sometimes it's cathartic.
Healthy, but sometimes it just can be so unhealthy and then you hold grudges about a situation or something that happened to you and it's just not serving you in the slightest. So that's.
Yeah.
I really like that one. Oh, I just lost the thing.
Yeah, no, me
so
too.
Many good submissions. Lots of good advice today, you girlies. Thanks for submitting. I really like doing stuff like this. Everyone's got their stuff.
This is like, some people say that this is like the toxic advice. This is another thing about me. I've said this before, Danielle, that I love to follow people that yell at me. Yeah. I love to follow people that are like, get up with me off your ass, because no one's yelling at me in this life anymore. Like, even, you know, we work with people, no one's yelling.
No one can. Like, it's like, if Ben started yelling at you, you'd be like, the fuck?
What is going on? No.
Yeah.
I need someone who like they're not actually speaking to me directly. They're speaking to like the audience.
General.
And, like, they're like, hey, like a Gary V type. Like, that's why I always loved Gary V, because I was like, you're so fucking right. Like, honestly.
Or, who, Ed Milet?
Yes. And that's why Mel Robbins kind of fits that bucket too.
Yeah,
because she's just like harsh truth. There's another girl that I found on TikTok, Mina Lizzy, I think is her name.
I followed her after you told me.
I love her. But people get mad because they're like, this is toxic, this is whatever. And it's like, she's like, this is just my message. Like, and I love people that are so authentic like that. They're like, look, this is my message. Take it or fucking leave it. You know?
It's not like you have to take the advice.
That's the thing. Like, she's like, hey, I have a message because these principles made my life better. And like, maybe they'd make your life better too. Like, you know, they don't necessarily have to.
It's crazy. Like, even when people come across, like, I'm just heated. Like, when people come across our TikTok clips and they don't agree with what we're saying, they, like, leave a comment. Like, I don't know if I've ever watched something and been like, I don't agree with this. I'm going to let them know. Like,
I know. What I mean? No, I don't think so. Unless they're doing something to one of our friends.
Oh,
like, unless
it was
like, but if it's just their message that they're putting out into the void, block, delete. Not even, just keep fucking scrolling.
Yeah, just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Swipe, like, that's not, like, there are so many people on this earth with such different opinions. Like, why, like, or just, like, separate. Like, oh my God.
You were not meant to agree with all of them at all.
You are not meant to.
But this kind of it goes along with her message. It's choose your hard. It's hard to be productive and get shit done, but it's also hard to be lazy.
Oh, is that what she says? Someone said that.
Well, someone said that, but this is just
choose your hard.
Choose your hard. Like, yes, it is hard to get up and it's hard to work out every day. That's why I go months and not do it. But it's also hard to like not be comfortable in your body and like or like
not feel good.
You know, not feel good. Like yes, more so like that.
Choose your hard.
Yeah, and you could say it even with like school or work related things. Like, you could be upset with yourself and like be like, oh my gosh, you know, I should have studied harder, or you could just study harder. Like, I feel like there's obviously a lot of gray area in between,
but like, you get the vibes.
The general message of this is there.
Someone said it's not that deep.
Literally,
it goes right back to that. It's literally not that deep.
Yep.
If people want to be in your life, they will be. Don't chase. I learned that when I like first moved here. I feel like when I was trying to like figure out who all my friends were, and I was like, I have tried to reach out to this person. Why am I trying? They're literally giving me nothing.
That's the thing. Like, that's the hard thing about adult friendships, I feel like, is finding those people that are willing to go like 50-50 with you.
Yeah.
Well, someone said here relationships are 100-100, not 50-50. I kind of disagree with that, but
I do too. I was really confused by that. More so, I was just confused. Like,
because you're supposed to always give everything, but I actually don't think that we have the capacity to always give everything. In fact, sometimes I give 20. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I give 80, I guess. Like, I feel like it fluctuates.
100%. There are days where I'm like, I can't even speak right now. I'm like so unsocial. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just can't. Or other days where it's like one of them's having a good day, the other person's having a bad day. Like, you can't.
Totally.
That doesn't feel, but I'd be curious on what they mean by this, because I feel like maybe we're just reading into it wrong.
I think that it just means don't give half, like, because it's supposed to be like, oh, where I drop the slack, you pick up the slack, and it's supposed to be like both of you kind of like doing, not, I don't want to say doing everything, but like,
oh, like if you do something, then they don't do that at all. They're doing something else instead.
Yeah, or
oh, yeah, I see.
But I think that a relationship, friendship as well, is a team effort, right? Like, and it is a team effort, and it's always uneven.
I mean, that's our friendship. There are certain things that I'm not good at that you do, like in our business, or vice versa, or just like friendships, or like there's days where we're at a social event and like Brooke knows I'm like so not talkative that day. She picks up the combo.
No, totally. Danielle's like, Brooke, we have to film this video now or else. I'm like, oh my God, you're so right. We do. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'd be curious what they, maybe that is what they mean, but I guess we humbly disagree with that one.
I think it's normal to fluctuate in every relationship.
Yeah. Everything, oh my God, this is so funny. Everything in moderation, even moderation in moderation. I don't know exactly what that means.
Okay, I think I get it. Okay.
Please unpack this, Brooke.
Everything in moderation. So it's like, you could have your piece of chocolate every day. That's moderation.
Yeah.
But then even your piece of chocolate every day, maybe not every day, because like me, even every day in moderation.
No, that's what I took.
That's how I would break it down. Maybe it's like, oh, you could have, of course, have your ice cream. It's moderation, but like maybe once a week.
Yeah.
Maybe not every night. Like,
it's like, because then it like adds, no, that definitely makes sense. Because I feel like I do that sometimes, like even like when it comes to treating yourself, like, I'll get my coffee out every day because that's my one thing. Okay, well then you also have that other thing, Danielle, that you also do every day. So it's like, got to find some moderation here.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
You're so right.
Don't cross that bridge until you get to it. That's
therapy 101. I feel like it's like,
it's so true. It's so easy to stress about a situation that's like, happening next year, like you were talking about.
Happen next year. Yes. Situations in the future, and that's why I feel comfortable now. But like, I just know in my near future, there's going to be big.
But nothing. Literally, like
a situation that I have to deal with next year.
Yes,
that I just know, and it's like a good thing. But it's just coming next year. But why would I stress out about it now?
No, and now I'm finding out of a situation that I have to deal with later this year that I will talk about later. And now I don't know what to do, but it's like at this point in time, mind you, I can't do anything about it.
And it's hard. That let go is definitely tough.
Yeah.
For overthinkers and people who want, a plan and stuff.
Yeah. But don't worry, we always keep you guys updated, obviously.
Totally. No, I could so be like that too with my friends. They're starting to plan like, bachelorettes and things like that. And I'm like, guys, we got to get the ball rolling. And I'm like, ultimately, let them. Like, it's not my fucking day. It's not my, like, and I'm trying to be helpful, but at the same time, I feel like a nosy little bitch. Like, that's like, come on, guys, let's get the ball moving. And it's like, there's only to a certain extent that I could do,
Yes, you can provide your services up until you can't anymore. I have that happen with a friend recently for something, and I was trying to help her play, and I was like, she clearly doesn't, like, let me just let her do it, because this is not my ball game. You know? And it ended up being fine. But it
always ends up being fine.
It literally always ends up being
I think that's the message, is like, hey, just wait. It's going to be fine.
Or even for like our live shows, which we literally love doing so much. Like sometimes I get nervous before the shows. I don't know why. But it's okay. Thanks to Paige DeSorbo, I got beta blockers. I don't even know if I talked about that.
I don't think you have.
I got beta blockers. I took them a few recently, and they're really great for before shows. It just kind of calms the heart rate down. Brooke even noticed when which city were we in? Chicago? Yeah, we were getting ready to Chicago, and I was like chilling. I was dancing.
You started like dancing, and you were like literally like on the couch, like chilling with a smirk on your face. Yeah. It was like you took your, like it literally was like you smoked weed. Yeah. But like you did. I was like, you just took your beta blocker.
You took the beta blocker, didn't you?
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, it just like calms. I don't know. Ever since Paige DeSorbo talked about it, because she started getting them for live shows, and I talked to my doctor about it, and she was like, we can definitely prescribe you that. I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I don't take them every day or anything, but I don't know why I brought beta blockers up. Live shows.
Oh.
Like we can get so worked up, like, oh my gosh, we need to make sure this happens, this happens. And it's
Yes.
like, wait, we literally hired an amazing team that takes care of everything. They're so great.
Yes.
Like,
everything's been fine before. We've no evidence that proves that it's not going to be okay.
no, like this tour, like literally, knock on wood, nothing's gone wrong.
Just the date changes.
The date changes,
The date-
yes.
but nothing like, it's not like
Inevitable. We didn't know those were going to happen.
totally.
So,
Nothing at the on-show day.
nothing on the on-show day, and then we get off stage every time, and we're like, hell yeah,
was
so
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, so
the
fun.
crowd was amazing. Like, but it's so easy to get worked up about something. It's like,
Totally.
cross that bridge when you get to it, girlfriend.
You're so right. And you also don't even know what, like, it's almost like when it's so far on the horizon, you don't even know what the bridge is going to look like. Like you're picturing an
even know.
entirely different bridge.
It could be a drawbridge. It
Yeah.
could be the Golden Gate Bridge. Like, you literally don't know.
It could be any type of bridge. How about we'll do a few more and then we'll
Yeah.
end off because
Whenever
these are
it's up.
great. You guys are fantastic.
I know.
Truly,
See if there's any
truly.
more long ones too.
Truly.
I really appreciate you guys like being open.
The
to
5-minute one was really good though. Like don't think
right?
Yeah.
I really liked that
Yeah.
one too.
Keep your heart soft, i.e. open. It's so easy to be hard and put walls up. I feel that especially living in New York City, I feel like I've gotten a lot. I really want to work on that because I notice it when I travel to other cities. Just like people are nice. It doesn't even have to be in a romantic way. Like just generally,
And
just
the
like,
Ubers.
yes, just being softer.
Yeah. It's really easy to kind of tense up and just like immediately have your guard up and think,
I always think I've been bad at assuming the worst
yeah.
of people. Mm-hmm. Not like friends and family, but like when I'm out in the world and whatever, and like I
Yeah.
could be very like they're trying to do something,
On
they're trying to
guard,
get something
like-
from me, and it's like no, they're literally just
Doing their
passing
job
by
or
on the street,
walking by,
Yeah.
whatever it is. No, I think living in New York City does that to you.
Yeah, you get very tense.
Yes.
Yes, so I need to like relax.
Soften up a little piece
Yes,
of Michelle
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
I'm letting
What
you
is it?
take us
Not
home.
yes, of course. No, these are great. It's all a lot of like nothing is that serious, you know. Like,
I know,
It's
and
like
I
it
think it's
really
really
so is. Yeah, your attitude can make or break how you view your life. That is the same thing. It's like
Yep.
when you're hard and tense, like you're not going to see the good shit in the world. But when you're like soft and open, like I feel like you see the random act of kindness that the strangers are doing. And
Also, I love that none of these really had to do with dating. Isn't that
No.
crazy?
yeah, they're-
Everyone's on their girl boss shit right
I
now.
know.
I actually do have one dating anecdote I'd love to share.
Please, let's do it.
I was talking to one of my guy friends recently, and we were talking about just like I mean, I've been out of the game for literally so long, but like a lot of my friends are dating, whatever. A lot of our friends are dating. The etiquette on like when a guy asks you on a date, you go on the date, and then like who texts first after the date.
Yes.
Like, what do you think should happen?
I could see it both ways. Like I feel like it depends how you leave the conversation because I feel like sometimes the guy will say, "Let me know when you get home safe."
Yeah, true. And so you're like, okay, I'll text you.
Oh, of
then.
course, yeah. But even so, I still think you could say thank you in the morning if they paid. Not that you owe them that, but if you're trying to start the convo back up, I
Yes.
think that's a natural segue.
Yep.
I think that, but I would like the guy to text first. But I think I texted Ben first. So like I broke every
mean-
rule. If there are rules, I broke every rule. So
I'm just real. Oh, I said I love you first to Ryan. Like I have broken rules too, and he was talking, and then one of my other friends was talking about this too. Like guys often are the ones. This is just from the guy's perspective that I just hadn't heard before, and I thought I would share for girls that are
I love it. Yeah.
dating. This guy was like, I literally asked her on the date. I paid for the date. Like, why can't she text me the next day? Like, I want to know that there's some interest back too.
Oh, he like more for affirmation purposes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And to thank. And he was like, I think, like, even if you say thank you in person, which I
Yes.
feel like you should say, if they
Of
do
course.
pay.
I think
you
it's a natural thing to
Yeah,
say,
you obviously
right?
say
Yeah.
thank you. But he was saying it's nice to also get a thank you text. And I was like, even if they said it in person, he was like, yeah, I think that's a really easy transition, like the next day to say thank you. And I was like, this is so interesting. I'm telling all my friends because, and it's so fair to be like, no, I want him to pursue me. I want him to text me.
Yeah.
But just food for thought. This is a very cool, charming guy that I feel like he knows what he's, like, I valued his opinion.
Yes, like he's someone that you'd want to set a friend up with, like
For sure.
Yes, which is a big thing. Like
Which
you
is
have
a
to-
big deal.
I know. I have like a handful of people that
Yeah.
I can like confidently
Yeah.
say like you're someone
in my book.
I want
Yeah.
to I want to find someone good for you. I have
Yeah.
like I have like maybe 5 guys and 5 girls. They're not.
You
meant
definitely
for each
have
other.
some girls that I know that you feel so passionate
I feel
about.
so passionate.
Yeah.
And I'm like working on it,
I know.
you know?
Like, I am determined for you to have the best life ever.
No, totally. But that's what I see what you're saying. Like you respect this person's opinion. Yeah.
I do. And I just thought it was so interesting. And my other friend's brother like gave her the advice, like, dude, like he wants to know too if you liked him. And this isn't to say like, or like if you've gone on multiple dates with a guy and every single time he's texted you first, and then maybe after the third date he doesn't text you first, like at one point you should text him first.
Totally.
Like
what's
maybe
the
he's
harm
like,
in doing? Yeah.
seriously.
So maybe the message there
Yes,
is to not be so in your own head or like focused
Yes.
on like it has to be this way or
It's
like
not that
rigid.
deep.
It's not that deep. And what's the harm? Okay, you text him and you say I mean,
He should respond
and
to that.
And if he doesn't, then there's your answer right there.
Yeah,
You know?
because think about it. If like you're standing next to someone in person, every single time you're standing next to this person, they shouldn't be the one starting the conversation every time. So think about it with texting. Like, I don't know.
Oh, you're
I
so
thought that was
right.
such an unlock and just a reminder to girls. But also like if you don't feel the need to text them, don't. But like if you're sitting there deleting it and typing it, like just send the text. Like it's a
Totally.
text. Lay it up, soften your heart.
Yes, it's literally not that deep. I feel like I used to be so in my head about like concocting the perfect messages or like, oh, like I saw a funny meme that I want to send him. Like, should I send it to him? Should I not? It's like literally, once again.
And if they're right for
who
you,
cares?
they'll love the meme. Like, I think that's a perfect example. It's like, if it's something that you guys had talked about or if it's something funny and you want to see how it reacts, like, that's the perfect thing to do. I don't know. I literally have been out of the game for literally 6 years, but I just felt...
I don't know. I feel like a lot of your single friends like come to you though and they're like, should I text him? Should I not?
I don't know.
And you're like, I don't know.
Because I even like before I met Ryan, like I was always like, I don't care, I'll text him. Like I just like, I've never...
Yeah.
But I know like there's so many podcasts now and rules. Like I feel like social media.
You have to develop your own personal rules. Like that's the thing. Like just because they're like someone else's and like I listen to a lot of dating podcasts. I listen to a lot like you know, I agree with 50% of what they say. I disagree with the other 50%. So you have to make your own personal
Your concoction.
Yeah.
I love it. Your formula for dating.
We could end on someone said all these people like, you know, asking for advice or giving advice, just remember the only person who really knows the answer to the advice is you. It's
true.
It's
you
so true.
Because you're the one who's going to act on it. They can't do anything.
And someone could, it's like, you know, when your parents tell you to do something, you're like, not do something, you're like, now I want to do the opposite. Like, it's
you're like, now I really don't want to do that anymore. It's so true. Or like, if you ask someone's advice on outfits, like half the time it's like, well, I actually don't want to wear that one. Like, I actually want to wear the other one. It's
exactly.
Just, at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's for you. I love that.
Yeah.
I really love this episode. I'd love to do more episodes in this nature. So always let us know what you guys want to hear. And
that's our message.
That's our message.
We'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Have a great day. Bye.